my people. All right, cut it. That's our little David Bowie.
Is that just like when you're famous? You need your team? Is that what he's singing about?
No, he's talking about the end of the world. 5 years. What are you talking about?
He said, I didn't know I'd need so many people. A publicist and an agent and a manager.
They're selling locks of his hair.
And an assistant.
For $5,000 for a lock of his hair.
What?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
$5,000. How much hair do you get, though? I mean, is it 10 strands? Is it...
What if it's just a single hair?
Oh, no.
Real duping you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be pissed.
Anyhow, let me get these stupid plugs out. Give us a call. We are live, 866-969-1969, 866-969-1969. Couple quick plugs. This Thursday, one night only, I will be at Good Nights, Raleigh, North Carolina, this Thursday, one night only. Get your tickets. It will sell out. And then Friday and Saturday, I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina at the Dead Crow Comedy Club. I'll be taping my 5th and final CD. Maybe not my final, but definitely my 5th CD I'm taping this weekend. Dead Crow Comedy. Anyhow, also, too, I'll be giving away 10 pairs of tickets tonight. 10 pairs of tickets. I'll be hosting next Wednesday at Gramercy, June 29th at Gramercy at 7 p.m. I'm hosting Lenny Dykstra, Q&A. He's got a book coming out. I think it's called Nails. And event is called House of Nails. If you want to go next Wednesday, June 29th.
I can't believe if I just let you go, you just do. Like, I could just sit here quietly for the whole show.
Well,
and you just
I got to give away 10 pairs of tickets to come see. There'll be special guests there, a Q&A with Lenny Dykstra. Next Wednesday, 7 p.m., Gramercy. I'm hosting it. I don't know what I'm doing when I'm hosting until I get there. And then I'll play it by ear because I'm a pro. And get your free tickets. Give us a call, and Lewis will take your name, and you'll
give
pick
us a
him
call
up
if you haven't already
call.
turned the channel.
Okay. There you go. And I'll be plugged
station.
later. I got to give away these tickets.
That's it for plugs. Now there's no room for anybody else's plugs.
And if you're buying anything on Amazon, amazon.richvoss.com.
Oh, my God.
Amazon.richvoss.com.
Chuck,
we get a little kickback.
you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was wondering when you two are going to make it out to Phoenix.
I'm not going there.
I'll be in Scottsdale.
Fuck you, Chuck.
I'll be in Scottsdale.
Christina Hutchinson is in the studio with us. We should,
Hi, guys.
we're just letting her.
No, we'll introduce her.
Hang there.
Just laugh ambiguously.
I'll be in Scottsdale. I think in January or February.
At the Talking Stick?
No, at a comedy club. I've done the Talking Stick some. They used to had this golf tournament there, the Dry Heat Classic, and they do a big show at the Talking Stick. I don't think they do the.
I've done
tournament.
the Talking Conch, but not the Talking Stick.
The Talking what?
Never mind. Keep going.
Talking
Now I got a question for Bonnie. Are you going to be in the second Red Dead Redemption?
Yep.
All right.
In what?
Red Dead Redemption. They have a character called Bonnie McFarlane.
Oh yeah, in that game.
You know what? I wish that they let me voice that character.
I wish you shut up now.
Right? Then I'd make some money.
More.
Guys are the best.
Have you ever killed her?
No, I've never killed her, but I've laughed at her.
Aw.
Do you live in
that's
Arizona?
Yes, I do.
Are you going to be in New York next Wednesday? I'm giving out 10 free tickets to see Lenny Dykstra live, Q&A at the Gramercy.
No, but I'll be in California next week.
Oh, I have nothing to give away for California.
Okay, well, thanks anyways.
All right, Chuck. Enjoy Red Dead Redemption 2.
I've never played one game on,
I didn't know anything about it except people keep sending me, like, you're in it.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's you. I
think it is. I think it is. I like to believe it is. I met that guy.
Christina.
Yeah.
Do you play games on the computer?
No, I only play Candy Crush.
Oh my God.
On my phone.
Everybody, I don't do that. She did it for years.
And then I got a new phone, and then I had to start over.
I know.
And I just didn't do it. I just gave up.
That made me so upset. You got to connect it to your fucking Facebook, which is annoying. But then it saves your level.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
But wait a second.
I was really high. How are you? How high are you?
I'm so not high at all. I'll be high later tonight, though.
Do you get
no,
high?
I meant like on the levels.
Oh. Oh, man. I'm at level like 700 something.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Wow,
you're
I
high. You're really high.
So high.
Christina is.
I can't believe I did that. God damn it.
I thought you were joking. I was like, yeah,
No,
that's
so
nice.
serious.
Nice.
She's one of the co-hosts with the other hoe on what's the name of your podcast?
Hey, it's an anti-shaming podcast.
Oh, anti?
Yeah.
It's called Guys We Fucked.
Guys, we fucked the anti-slut shaming podcast.
thank you.
Is the full thing.
Right.
So it's basically be proud of what you do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're
the way
happy
guys
with it,
high
fucking
five
do
each
it.
other.
Yes.
Girls should high five each other.
And you guys are killing it.
Have we ever had sex with the same person? I doubt it, right?
No, I know. I got a boyfriend pretty much as soon as I started stand up, so I never got to fuck any comedians.
Oh, bro.
Is your boyfriend not a comic?
No, he's not. He's a director.
Oh,
Of what,
well,
plays,
look at
gay?
somebody's looking
Yes, he's
towards
gay,
the
and I
future.
love him. No, and he used to do music videos. He worked at Def Jam for a really long time. I did like a Killers music video, a bunch of shit.
Okay, and it doesn't really matter.
Uh-oh, here he goes, because he...
Let's do
This
it.
is the anti... how do I put it?
What? And maybe in a comic?
Anti-mixed relationship podcast.
No.
Mixed careers,
No,
relationships.
there's nothing wrong with her going out with a black guy. What do I care? My daughter does.
He's white, but yeah, it's cool.
Def Jam, come on.
I know, he was the white nerdy kid with
That
the big
is-
thick glasses.
That's
at Def Jam.
actually shitty for Def Jam.
What?
It's a higher white guy.
Why? I did it. I did Def Jam.
Really?
I was the first white comic to do it
Oh, okay, that's cool.
on HBO.
Wow.
But to be fair, they thought he was Puerto Rican.
I could see it.
Yeah, right? Spanish, Latin people talk Spanish to you all the time.
Vos.
No, they don't.
I've been around you where they just come and start talking Spanish to you, and you're like,
That happens to
dude,
Corinne.
I'm Jewish.
I'm going to start learning it. I'm going to go learn Spanish after I learn
are?
English. I'm telling you, I'm going to knock it out. Because I was just in Mexico, and do you know, I could have got so many more different things if I knew how to speak.
What do
I
you
went
mean,
to-
like different things, like anal? What do you mean, like?
I don't know, more like, I don't know, bread with my meal or,
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Miami?
yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, we have. We've been in Miami.
I've never been before, and I didn't know this. But like, even people who, like work at places, some of them don't speak any English.
Yeah.
Tell Mike
So we
doesn't
try to
know
get cocaine for my friend.
Oh, they know that word.
Well, we had to type it into his Google Translator app, and I just put "Where's the cocaine at?" And then he was like, "Oh," and then
It's called
And then he ripped it out of his asshole.
It's
Yeah.
called
I always
yayo
go
or
to the
something.
ass for
Yayo.
Oh, is it?
Yayo, something like that. I don't know.
is that a slang term?
No, that's what.
Come sit down, Mike.
Mike.
Mike Lawrence is in the studio.
Hey.
I just saw him just
hold on.
crush judging the naked roast.
There's
That was
a-
amazing.
there's a
Were you
pro
on
call.
that?
No, but I watched. It was great.
There's a
I can't
pro-
do naked.
I don't even know if I could watch it.
It's
That's
the
how
series
brutish I
finale
am.
of Roast. Like,
Yeah.
we are officially done.
This is the last one. Yeah.
Oh, we're going to get into this in a second, but we have a pro Christina call.
Oh, okay.
Yay! That never
take
happens when I'm at Sirius.
Crystal, we never get ladies calling either, so I'm assuming
Hi,
Crystal's a lady from Texas.
I am. I saw your tweet and I was like, oh, let me call.
Hey, thanks. Cool. What's up? What are you doing?
I just got home from work, just hanging out with my dog.
Awesome. What do you do?
I work in a back office of a financial services.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Are you hot?
Yeah, that's
Crystal, you don't have to answer
Just
that.
kidding.
You don't
The
have to
fact
answer
that he asked the age first is a huge step, though.
Yes.
Yeah,
That was
Yes.
good. I
that's
like
very,
that.
that's
Isn't that
very
nice? I'm not going to be a
feminist
creep.
of you.
And also, since it is radio, you could really say whatever you want, Crystal.
No, it doesn't really matter.
I'm Hispanic, actually.
You're what?
Yeah, you are.
So, what are you saying? Like
She's got a
saying,
big
like,
ass.
I don't know how that correlates to your attractiveness, but
Do you listen to their podcast, guys?
Yeah.
Fucked.
I listen every week. I love it.
Aw,
Is-
thanks.
Is podcasts, are they big in the Spanish community? Like, do a lot of... No, I mean, because if you think about it, like all the people in African-American communities and Spanish communities that listen to horrible radio when they could be listening to great podcasts.
True.
I don't think that they know it's out there, you know.
Right.
for, I think it's so white podcast.
No.
Our demographic's pretty all over the place, which is nice.
Yeah, but most podcasts sound like the conversations minorities want to avoid. They sound like what they think white people talk about anyway. Well, I just have so many anxieties. No me gusta.
Black people
So
don't.
true, Mike.
And growing up in a black environment, black people do not go to therapy like white people, and into the whole self-help. And this is a generalization.
Well, one of the things I love about this show is having no black people on and then talking about what they do or do not do.
I'm just saying from my experience.
Well, you don't want them mucking it up with their own experiences.
All right, so
Crystal, did you have a specific question you wanted to ask Christina?
Oh, no, I just wanted to say that I love the podcast, and it's really inspiring, and it's
inspiring. Did you get out there and fuck some guys?
Yeah, fuck some guys, man.
What's your favorite episode?
I really liked the Amber Rose episode.
Did you listen to the Bonnie McFarlane one?
I don't think so.
do you know? Have you ever heard of Bonnie McFarlane?
That's a real good one, Crystal.
Okay, I'll go listen to it.
Okay, thank you, Crystal.
Thanks for
Crystal,
calling.
there's oh, she's gone.
Oh, that's nice
Yeah.
about taking calls on like a podcast or like a radio show, because like you can just hang up. You don't have to be like,
What, do you take calls on your podcast?
But the radio show for that, like, no, we don't take calls there. But in this environment where you can just like they just go away, they stop talking. There's no awkwardness.
She's not even listening anymore. I guarantee it.
No, Crystal.
No, Crystal doesn't listen to us. I don't know. She got
didn't know
your
who
tweet.
Bonnie McFarlane was.
Along with most of the nation.
And she listens every week.
Yeah, she skipped her week.
Made no impression on her whatsoever.
Bonnie is supporting Trump now. Get rid of all these Hispanics who lead you on and then break your heart.
Mike Lawrence has just entered the room with a lot of difficulty, but he finally made it in. That door
sorry.
can be very tricky.
I know, it's so sad.
And it's so
You
heavy.
don't think you got to push it, but you do.
Yeah.
You got to push it.
Now, Mike, who I've done probably about 5 or 6 roast battles where we've judged together.
Yeah, you're great at it, man.
And so are you.
Bonnie,
Thank
too,
you.
yeah.
It's fun to do it with people that get it and know and are quick and can fuck with each other. But we don't really fuck with each other as much as we could, and not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we did. I can't talk about it, but whatever. I'm just saying, when we do it, it's always good chemistry and it's always a lot of fun. Now, over the weekend at the Creek and Cave, they had an event called Skankfest where they had a lot of different shows and podcasts.
It was awesome, yeah. And they no entry fees for the comics that performed and stuff.
You didn't have to.
Why is that a thing? Like people have to pay money
most
to...
festivals now. Yeah, it's often newer comics like, will have to submit.
Oh yeah, submission fees.
Yeah, submission fees and stuff for the comedians.
Shit, it's like a film festival.
Yeah, like the headliners usually they get them in free, but like people are sending like $40 and they're conditioned to believe that's the only way to do things.
That's a scam.
It's terrible.
Biggest scam.
And then they don't get paid when they do the festival.
Most of the time, no.
And
You got to pay to get there.
You got to pay. They don't put you up in a lot of them.
You
What
got
do
to
they
pay
get out of it?
And they gang rape
Exposure.
The experience of going on the road.
You know those comedy contests where someone wins $10,000 and you wonder where it comes from? Other comics.
Oh my God! I did a comedy festival last year, and they didn't pay for my bag fees. And then I was like, I need my bag fees paid for. And they were like, really like freaking. Now I see why they were freaking out about it.
Well, the comedy festival.
Because they probably were like, hey, we paid your flight.
Right, and that's a lot to
I was like,
give.
The comedy festival she did, they didn't tell her when she got there was a contest.
Yeah.
It was in Nebraska.
And you were
Don't, because
competing?
people will know what it is, and I don't want to badmouth it.
Well, there's
giving
lots
too
of
much
different.
information.
There's lots of different comedy festivals in Nebraska.
Yeah, I've done like 2.
It's not bad mouthing it. It's the truth.
We're talking about the other one.
You weren't told that it was a contest, so why is that bad mouthing it?
I know, because it just sort of is.
Yeah, you're not supposed. Yeah. Were you competing?
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, no,
Were
no.
there newbie comics?
No, it was really
I was like, that's cruel.
But all of comedy is an art form that you don't realize is a competition.
Right. Right, but generally you don't have, like, there was judges there.
Oh, yeah.
Who gives a I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Right?
How do you judging comedy is a weird
But
concept.
wait a second.
Yeah.
The people that went to this festival for Friday and Saturday night, some on Friday night didn't advance to Saturday.
So this was the thing, was that we didn't realize, not everybody I think understood the concept of this festival. And then there was, because they said on Friday they were explaining it to us. I think I just got there Friday morning. They wanted me there Wednesday. I was like, it seems ridiculous that I have to perform Friday night. But there was like these weird, like, pancake breakfasts they want you to go to and stuff. And then
and they all had hosts driving around.
We had hosts from the town. Like,
That sounds gross.
The sad thing about those things is when you've been doing it long enough, you know that the only industry there is people that refer to themselves as industry.
There was no industry. Like, one industry person was a judge that I didn't give a shit about.
I just want one time to be like, tell someone there's going to be industry there, and it's just a bunch of people that look like railroad developers from the 20s and like cool miners and shit.
Someone from like Dow or someone from like Apple.
Is JP Morgan here?
We didn't specify the industry.
We have Hunt.
Captains of industry.
Okay, so anyhow, so this festival.
So on Friday I get there and they explain to everybody what's going on, and then if you don't advance, you don't perform Saturday. And I was like, well, I'm going home then if I'm not performing Saturday. If I don't make it to Saturday,
we stay in Nebraska.
I'm not supporting other people.
And they were really angry. They were so against it. It was like, but I was like, why isn't anyone else saying that?
Why would you want to stay?
Why would I stay?
Well, because you got to go bowling with everybody.
There was bowling. It was like
anyway, bowling outing.
Where they put us, there was nothing around. So if you wanted to go get a coffee, you had to call your host family to come and get you. So in the morning, you'd be like, "Hey, can you come and get?" I kept going like, "Is there a taxi?" Or I kept asking people like, "Where can I walk to?" I really needed to get a coffee.
See, the second I get into town, I rent a car and I bring my golf clubs. I would have had nothing to do with any of them.
Yeah, but that's why they didn't ask you to do the festival.
Okay. Why would I want to drive around with a family
and mingle,
or the mayor of the town? You know.
Yeah. One of the things that happened was there was a woman on the show Friday night. Who did a set that it's very, very clean show. And she did a set that I guess some of the people in the town didn't agree with.
Oh, she said poopy.
I think she was doing stuff. She was she was actually a really cool girl. I can't remember her name, but and she had a cool set, and she was talking about her kids, and I guess not in a way that was like super positive. If you have kids,
Laurie Kilmartin,
you understand it. No, she has one kid that has like a disability, and so she was talking about that. And the audience, went real cold on her, and her host family didn't want to drive her around anymore.
Oh my God!
Yeah, we don't like the way you talk about your crippled kid that you have to live with the rest of your life.
I feel comfortable about your crippled child.
Well, that's because the host family
you.
didn't have a van with a ramp in it.
Well, my host family was like, well, I did not like that. Oh, no, that was not right. And you just had to sit in the back seat like, yeah, could I just get a coffee?
Okay, so anyhow.
Is there a place to get a bagel around here? Bagel? Now, what is that?
So Skanks Fest is the opposite of that.
Yeah.
This is the complete opposite.
So we're at Skanks. We get there Sunday. We did our podcast. We did shows. Now, one of the big shows that I wasn't at, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, maybe they could turn it around, they do roast battle naked.
Yep.
They do a lot of shows there naked.
Now, Mike has a record, I believe, for doing the most amount of shows naked. Is that really? Somebody told me that the other night.
That's why you're so comfortable up there.
It's not a record, but that was my 21st time naked on stage.
Oh my God, it's so crazy.
It's hard to look at you
I've
with
not even been naked 20 times in my life.
Oh yeah,
I don't even walk around naked.
But that's the thing. Hot people bomb on that show, and ugly people do great.
Yeah, it's true.
They're already laughing.
But wait a second. Who's
do you do any trimming or fixing or worrying.
It looks just like my face.
One guy's pubes were extended like a half a foot.
Oh,
like
God.
So bushy. It was impressive, kind of.
Because I remember people used to give me shit for. I started doing the naked show when I moved here in 2007 because no one else would book me. And the thing that I would always say to people was that, think of all the horrible things that you do to get booked in this city when you're starting, and getting naked on stage isn't even one of the 10 worst. Like, I barked for Broadway Comedy Club for a day. I will take my pants off.
Yes. Did you ever have to do a show in somebody's house? That was always
we talked about that the other night. They were saying they're in L.A. That's a big thing. That
we did one.
I don't mean like that. I mean where it's not a real show. Where you're doing a private show and there's you're next to the stove or there's still some chicken sitting there.
You're opening up for the Eyes Wide Shut party that's about to happen.
I did one of the best shows. I was standing in the doorway, up on the second stair, and all the people were sitting down. Are you mad? Are you leaving?
I'm done with it.
Fuck this shit!
I feel like Mike's microphone is not high enough for him, and he keeps having to lean over.
And it was a great show.
Thanks.
But the guy was younger than me, and I'm doing a show in a $6 million house in Greenwich, Connecticut, and he's younger, and he's just some fucking rich hedge fund guy, and all it does is you feel like the court fucking jester standing there, and you're like,
fucking clown.
Look at me. I wish I could tap dance, and they wanted me to do blackface and come out.
And you said no?
Huh?
You said no?
It's surprising.
It's just horrible.
It's what they want to see at comedy clubs, where we could get someone to do it at our home. It'll be okay.
Yeah. So now this naked roast battle. So who hosted?
No camera.
Zach Amico. He's good friends with Louis. He's
Is
one
he
of the
the
best.
Zach that did the list?
No.
Oh, that's
Zach
a different
Broussard. Zach Amico, he's battled at the Stand a few times. He literally, I said this last night, he looks like a cartoon cat. He has spiky hair, huge dick piercing, not huge, small dick with a huge piercing.
What do you mean piercing?
Just a metal rod sticking out of his
dick?
Through his dick.
How could he fuck with it?
He probably, he can, obviously, right?
Yeah. And he's awesome. And he's battled before. He is one of the toughest people to beat. I think he's battling next week. And
has he ever done one of the ones that we've been in host?
You may, yeah. He's been at 3 or 4, so possibly.
He also does it clothed.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he's a guy who, he's so funny. He is completely shameless. He ended the show by sticking his dick in a rat trap.
Oh God!
A mouse trap.
Benz.
A mouse trap, right?
Yeah.
A rat trap would cut it off.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. And it was crazy. Here's the only thing, and I talked to him about this because the way that he opened the show is he did 5 minutes of roast jokes about different people at Skanks Fest and stuff, and it was really legit funny to the point where I was like, you don't have to do the big thing is when you bomb and nothing else works. Yeah. You did great.
Yes,
How many people? Because I did this at my doctor's office last week. Fluffed it. I had a physical last week.
Oh, they said people were fluffing
it. At my doctor, I'm trying to fluff it. He goes, "Don't worry, everybody does." To my doctor,
why were you trying to fluff your dick for your doctor?
I wanted to look nice,
they were all
fucking headliner. I'm known.
Yeah, everyone.
He didn't want his doctor to be like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to go get my micro tools." Hang on,
that's a horrible dick.
I mean, the thing is, the thing about the naked roast battle was that, I knew going in, all right, the jokes probably aren't going to be that great because who's willing to do this,
Right.
So, I mean, and it was
it a
fun.
packed crowd?
It was very packed. Yeah.
So the judges all sit down. So
yeah, I was.
But so you
had a shirt on.
Yeah, I had a shirt on. I was bottomless.
But you can't tell. You don't have to stand up there. You don't have to stand up there completely naked because you're sitting down.
Well, legit, they come out on stage, so there is a 3-foot period where they are out.
You could walk out crooked and
you could.
Look like
that was
Josh
fine.
Blue.
Yeah.
And
so
walk out crooked, Jesus. But Ari Shafir was one of the judges.
I heard he's packing.
Oh, did it? His balls were so saggy.
That guy's all balls.
Yeah, SAG-AFTRA, those balls. Jesus.
Who? I heard some dicks look like buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one guy who
Yeah.
literally had the line that is like an orangutan's face, and it really did. It was like perfect. It was one of those moments that everyone lost it.
Because they all
we
realized that's
thought
what it looked like.
but
That's what me. I was like, oh, fuck, that's so true.
Did anybody get hard during it?
No.
But you know what I liked about
And all
it?
the jokes were soft, too.
The dudes
Yeah.
were able to make fun of each other's dicks and their bodies, and then they laugh. But I feel like if I don't know if the girls did that, it'd be like, "What the fuck do you mean?"
Well,
Like,
didn't the two
Yeah,
girls
yeah.
roast? Didn't
Yeah,
Caitlin
that was
and-
the final. The main event was 2 women, and it was fine.
well, they were good. They were great.
The only thing annoying was like what the judges kept talking about how he wanted to have sex with them, and I was like, no, come on, man.
Think
like, this
outside
is
the box.
It's
It's not-
that's 3 inches from you, yeah. But it's like this is a safe space, you know. It's like we're just having fun, and it was funny because like my wife talked to me the next day about it, and she was like, I don't know if I feel comfortable. Would you do, because like you're just hanging out near naked women. I'm like, there was nothing sexual about it. Like all I saw was the bombing. I was not aroused
That's
at
how
all.
intense of a comedian you
I
are.
don't think I would get
Yeah.
it. It's not like
No,
first
and
of
it's
all,
a professional situation.
I don't go to strip clubs because it does nothing for me.
Yeah.
Even when I'm doing radio in the morning and porn stars come in and they take their shirt, like
Really?
I like,
Yeah.
all the
Oh,
time.
I'm like,
No,
ooh.
I'll look, but it doesn't. Like I want to say,
Hamana. It's
I
not titillating?
I really want to attack them because that's what they have to offer in life is just their
Yeah.
porn star. You know what I mean? When to me, porn stars like just because you're hot or you're whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't take a lot of talent.
Well, fucking on camera is a skill.
No, not after the third time. I'm sure.
Really? No, it takes a lot of talent, I
There's
think.
some that
I
are
couldn't
better at
do
it than others.
I
Yeah.
couldn't do it.
Huh?
I couldn't fuck on camera.
Yeah,
No.
because nobody wants to film you. That's the reason.
Richard.
Someone does.
She
But
said,
Christina,
"I
in
think
his
you're
in
better."
his defense, you're battling on a roast naked takes talent, but barely anyone had it. So-
Right. You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that.
So yeah, well, a lot of these roasts and the roast battles we go to, and
Yeah, I listened to your guys' podcast about that episode today to prep, and I had thoughts.
Wow.
I had thoughts about it.
I looked at your
I mean,
Instagram.
I was
so.
brutal that night. I was.
You weren't.
Can I take this call from because this will work our way into like the things you can joke about and the things you
Okay.
can't joke about. Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, I'm actually driving. I'm pulling over, and I picked up a Somali hitchhiker. I'm calling from Canada. I wanted to know where you're at with the retard thing.
Well, you're talking about the Pat Dixon thing, I guess.
Yeah, like if you change your
Well,
mind
I
over
think
time.
anybody can joke about anything. The reason, and I just want to be clear about this, the reason that I left the room that day was because he seemed too aggressive on something that I didn't feel like talking about. And I also think he was saying retards should be or could be raped because they don't reproduce, which was a false premise, which I also get very offended by. So,
And he said, they
Yeah,
should be
I'm
in
here.
So
They said he also said they should be in cages.
I mean,
He
it just
was-
it got a little crazy, and I just
Bonnie's
was
got
like,
a sister with Down syndrome.
well, but the thing is that
be
I am
cages.
fine with people making the jokes that they want to make. I also think if you don't like the jokes that you're hearing, you by all means should get up and leave, which is exactly what I did. And I don't know why people got so crazy about the fact that I
also too, Bonnie.
I left. He's a friend of mine. I felt like he was being super aggressive.
Well, Pat was going after Bonnie like she was an audience member. And people don't know the backstory behind that whole thing. I asked him to be there.
Oh, Rich, you don't have to
wait.
go into the whole thing.
Yeah, because
please.
he's a fucking scumbag
Okay,
in my
fine.
opinion.
That's not what we're talking about. He didn't ask about, are we friends with Pat Dixon? It wasn't about that.
Okay, well, I went into it deeper.
Okay, go
That's
ahead.
what Americans
Go ahead.
do.
Pat anymore? You're not
What's
friends
that?
with Pat anymore?
What's that?
This
You're
guy's
not
smart.
friends with Pat anymore?
He's like,
you're not friends with Pat anymore?
I was never a close friend. I never hung out with him.
I
but
did try. I tried to be friends with him again after that, and he seemed to have no interest in it. So, I mean, I did sort of extend the olive branch a couple times, and he wouldn't take it. He just kept. He was actually mad that he said that I didn't let him finish his joke.
Oh, God.
Where was this?
I wasn't even on the show. I just happened to be sitting on the couch when this thing went down at the Kumia studio.
Is he's not still talking about this, is he?
No, I just want to see if you change your mind, because I thought you overreacted, and I was thinking maybe time passed, you'll be
people say that I overreacted. I left with a joke. He said, I said, what if people are mentally handicapped people are listening? He said, then how about this? And he said it very angrily, get your fucking retards and leave the room. So I said, okay then, Rich, come on. Which I thought was a pretty funny joke to leave on.
That is funny.
And I think people thought I was really saying, come on, Rich, let's go. Which I made Rich go back in. I was like, I'm leaving, but you could stay, please.
But why would you think Bonnie's... Do you have kids?
No.
Do you have a brother or sister?
I get it. No, actually, I called in about this before, and you made the same point. You were asking me if there's someone I love, and you said, but Bonnie, you made fun of Rich you made fun of retards by calling Rich.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It's okay to make fun of anything, but I felt like he went too far for me personally. Yeah. That's why I left.
Yeah, and also too, have you ever been to a movie that you didn't like and you walked out in the middle of the movie?
All the time.
Did you? Yeah. You didn't get up and yell to the other people, "Hey, come on!" You just made that decision. I don't want to stay here. Bonnie made the decision. I don't want to stay here. She didn't say to Pat, "Stop doing what you're doing." She didn't say, "I don't want to stay here." Just like I don't want to talk to you anymore. Do you understand?
That's all good. No.
Okay, I hung up for you.
Well, getting up and walking out because it doesn't work for you at that moment is how we all wish people would fucking handle that at comedy shows instead of just either writing a blog post about it or interrupting the show or just if you don't fucking like it, that's okay. You don't have to like it, leave. Leave.
Right. I can't please everybody.
There's no problem. Yeah.
And you know what? Deal with it. Go. You know what? If you really hate this, go talk to the manager.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if you stay or go. I don't care.
Yeah, it's not an argument about what you can and cannot joke about. That's so obvious to me, yeah.
So, Mike, you listened to the podcast where we were judges on a roast battle, and it can get pretty mean sometimes.
Yeah.
And so then we talked about that on our podcast because Rich felt bad. And so what are your thoughts on that?
First off, because I know that you felt more upset about the black guy that you guys made fun of.
Well, What'd you guys say?
Everything.
It was just like black jokes and stuff. But the thing is, you said that he was 21 years old, that he was like a kid. Yeah. Most of the people that do that show have been doing it way longer than you'd ever think. Oh. He's been doing it over 10 years.
No.
I knew him when I started. When I moved here.
Well, I'll tell you what. Can we switch mics with so that Corrine?
Great.
Hi, Corrine's now.
Wait, those comics have been doing it 10 years.
Some of them, yeah. The girl with the flower in her hair, at least 7. It's like that's the thing because so the way the show works is me and Lewis and Patrick Milligan at the Stand. We all book it together, and
they know what they're in for.
They know what they're in for. We give them a list of like rules and notes of like keep your jokes short. We give them like some video of other like great battles. This is an example of what to like study.
That's nice.
Yeah, like all this stuff. We prep them. We give them at least 4 to 6 weeks. And so...
Well, my problem with that guy when he came out was that he didn't get a chance to say anything before all the judges just started trashing him pretty heavily.
But he didn't fight back, and I think
he didn't fight back at all. That's, I guess, why I started feeling like... And then the sad part was after, he really had a terrible roast. He was really not good at it that night.
Yeah.
And then I felt like...
That night, probably any night.
Like that it was...
Well, that's the thing. You know how weird it felt for me as a judge, like knowing that this is a guy that I was on the same level with. And that like a lot of the people that I'm ripping apart, I'm booking and being like, "Hey, here's a fun opportunity for you." And a lot of it is like I genuinely like believe in them, and because I think the main purpose of that show is to discover new talent or like to get people like in front of Patrick to like get them to do well. And
how many of them have been hired at the Stand? Have there any of them been
a lot
hired?
of them get booked on Frantic. The ones that do well, guys like Eli and Scott Chaplin and Christy.
A lot of those guys I'll see around and I'll know them
because of the roast battle.
Yeah, and I won't know them for any other reason. But let's introduce Corrine Fisher, who's just sat down with us now.
Hi guys.
Hi Corrine. Thank you for coming.
The other half of the most famous podcast
in the world.
In the world.
Well, I don't know about that. No, it's true.
Okay.
But the thing that like this is where when I think in terms of like my own judging and whether I go too far, it's if they didn't prepare and they're lazy and sloppy. If they try and they're not that good, I'm way more lenient. But if they didn't even try, then that's when I get vicious and I don't care because you're wasting everyone's time.
Right.
Yeah, but how do you know they don't try? I mean, they all had this written down. They
the
all
stumbling, even that they don't have the jokes memorized.
I know that bugs me too because I feel like I would. That's at least what I would do.
I just did the one at Gramercy for Comedy Central on Sunday, and most people were still reading off their phones and their notes. It's for Comedy Central. It's 4 jokes. It was one round.
You roasted on that?
Yeah.
Who'd you roast?
Scott Chaplin.
Nice.
You've seen him on ours, yeah. He's amazing. It was great.
Who were some of the battles there? That must have been great.
Mike Racine versus Yamanika Saunders.
Ooh. Oh God, who won that one?
Mike.
Oh,
all white men won.
Damn.
So it was a sad tape.
Who else
3 women lost.
Changed.
Who else?
Sam Morril battled Christy Cello.
Sam's funny.
That seems uneven, though. Honestly,
Christy's pretty good at roasting. Though.
I think she's great at roasting, but Sam Morril is like,
He never done it, and she's done it 4 times.
Who was the host?
Brian Moses, the guy who does it out in L.A.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. And Jeff was there.
In L.A. That fucking show in L.A. is unbelievable.
I know, and that's like we can't recreate that.
It's
like,
too hard.
So we try to make it a writer's showcase.
Right.
And they had, who were the judges there?
Michael Che, Dave Attell, and Moshe Kasher. Attell was unbelievable.
He's so funny. He's so fucking funny. He's so quick. It's unbelievable.
He had this line. It was Mark Norman battled Leonard Oots, and he had this line. He's like, "This is my favorite battle because it had my 2 favorite things about this show: meanness and reading."
One time I was telling him about some guy that always shows up and he bugs me, and he goes, "Oh, that guy's undieable."
He's so fucking funny, man.
Man.
He's quick, man.
Like, he lives in comedy. He's like the way that Robin Williams had to live in Jumanji for 25 years. Like, that guy lives in stand-up.
So that's cool. And they filmed it. Where was it at? Gramercy?
Yeah.
Go to the person
Okay, it's weird. I'm giving away 10 free 10 pairs of tickets for next Wednesday at Gramercy. I'll be hosting a show. Lenny Dykstra will be doing Q&A.
Who's Lenny Dykstra?
He's a baseball player. Right?
He's doing a Q&A.
That's why the girls
I know, like, I have no idea.
I'm amazed I do it. I mean, I'm
great history. So if you want to come, give us a call. Lewis will take your name, and you get free pair of tickets to come see Lenny Dykstra Q&A, and you get a free book next Wednesday. Now, I've never been to Gramercy. Is it a beautiful thing?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Where is it? Like, obviously, it's at Gramercy.
It's in Gramercy.
It's on 23rd Street.
Yeah.
Down the street from the School of Visual Arts.
You've passed by it 1,000
You've seen the
times.
entrance. Yeah, you've probably passed the
It's
entrance.
like right near
times.
New York Comedy Club and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm looking forward to this.
Brandon, you're on the air.
Hey, how are you
If that's what we're going to call this.
I just wanted to say, like, how everybody was saying that you overreacted because you left the room or whatever.
Yeah.
And just like I listened to how Rich was, like, arguing on, Opie and Jimmy. Like, I think people forget that you're people and that you can get upset, or that if you don't, like, you don't have to just sit there and take something like that.
Agree.
Like you're a comedian, but that doesn't mean that you have to just sit there and say, oh, well, if this person wants to say shit I don't like, I shouldn't have to listen to it.
Right. Agreed.
And
Thank
comedians like jokes less than anybody.
It's true.
We're harsher critics.
You know what's funny is that comedians a lot of times don't get jokes. Like, they're the people that are sitting there, they take you literally so often.
Yeah.
They're like, wait.
No, it's the most uncomfortable thing. Hold on one second, Brandon. We'll get right back. The most uncomfortable thing is when someone tells you a bad joke and then they laugh
At their own shitty
They
joke.
already said 400 fucking times, and their uncomfortable laugh. And
How do you react to that?
I just go, ugh.
Good.
I go, ugh.
They should hear
like
it.
that.
I'm looking forward to that in like 10 minutes. I'll get it.
But they probably like that because that's like in your personality, though, like your onstage persona.
He's the mean guy.
This is when I'm playing golf. Like, if they know I'm a comic, like some guy last week,
like a buddy.
He knew I was a comic. One of the people inside said, "Oh, you're playing Rich Voss. He's a comic." So the guy's asking me enough. Then I swear to God, the guy said to me, he goes, "Do you practice in front of the mirror?" I go, "Did you really ask me that?"
But here's the thing: I practice in front of the mirror sometimes.
Well, because you're weird.
I'm not above shadow boxing either.
No one respects comedy, though. I went to a dinner the other day and they wanted me to do stand up, and they handed me a hairbrush that still had hair in it.
How did they know? Like if it had been clean, okay.
I mean, that was like the ultimate.
Yes.
Maybe they wanted you to do stand up and you weren't looking at your best.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with it.
They just wanted you to brush your hair.
They really gave you a hairbrush and said, "Go up and do."
Yeah, they were like, "We don't want to make you feel uncomfortable because there's no microphone, so here." And I was like,
"Did they find out you were a comic? Like the waiter found out or something?"
No. I was invited.
This was a show.
I was invited. No. I was invited to a feminist event to do stand-up, which turned out to be a dinner.
Here's that hairbrush
in someone's backyard.
Just so you know, she used air quotes.
I think as a feminist event, handing you a hairbrush should be considered aggressive. And,
no one has ever said the word
right now.
feminist event without using air quotes. I went to a feminist event.
Yeah.
Indigo Girls concert.
So, Brandon, where were you at?
What I was saying was, like, I have a list. Okay, so
how do you get around that?
But my point is like, it's okay to. My biggest thing is it's people should remember, just because you don't like something, like, that's okay. You don't have to just...
Yeah, you don't have to like it. You're not like less of a comedy aficionado if there's certain topics that you don't like. Like, I mean, Andy Kindler, he hates any joke about homeless people. He's one of the funniest people on the planet.
He specifically hates homeless people.
He just has like a weird thing where he just hates it. He doesn't like any of the punching down stuff, you know. But yeah, so that's
why I write all my stuff hoping Andy Kindler will like it.
Well, don't write it about homeless people.
Oh, God.
Thanks for calling, Brandon.
There's 10 minutes.
All right, thank you.
There's 10 fucking minutes.
Yeah, but I did think like your taste changed too. It's like when you start, there's that feeling like I just want to get a laugh, and then, if you get old, like especially even like since I've been married and stuff, I'm more hesitant to laugh at certain things, and it's funny like when
like what?
I just different like even like tragedies and stuff. Like I used to be like when the celebrity died, I had the jokes and all that, and then you're just like, oh, that person had a family and.
Oh my God, you're so soft now.
I know.
But their family isn't reading your Facebook, Mike.
No.
Well, the thing is that I get it too, because sometimes I'll be like watching something and I actually do tear up all the time at things that are terrible, and I'll be like, I'm never joking about that again. But then the minute I get on stage, like out it comes. It's like you toughen up the minute you leave the house. You're like,
The other day I was in somewhere on the road, Indianapolis, and I'm in my hotel, and. I must have seen it during. I was watching Home Alone, and the scene where they're breaking in, and I couldn't stop laughing.
Which one?
The first one. The first one. I'm laughing when they're trying to break in a house and all the irons hitting them in the head.
Yeah.
I'm going why am I laughing so hard? And then I broke into tears and realized I'm on the road again.
Let's see. We get some calls for Christina. Go ahead, Camila. Camila?
Hey, oh my God. Wow. Okay, well, I just want to say hello to the ladies.
Wow, sounds like our fans.
Hi, Camila. Women never call this show.
Yep.
Well, so
you're welcome.
This is like all you guys.
I just want to say I have no idea what show you're on. I just want to say I'm sorry.
And you're no longer on the show. Yeah. You've ruined your chance at talking to them.
I saw Christina Instagram to call in that you guys were live.
You're welcome.
Amazing. I just want to tell you guys, I love you. You guys are great.
Thanks.
I know this isn't your show, but I'm just going to tell you really quickly. So I actually just turned 23, and I am still a virgin, which is kind of not really my choice, but kind of my choice. But like no one knows that because I spoke with so many guys, and I do.
I want you just to we're not going to cut you off. You can slow down.
Yes,
just like take your time.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Wait,
no. I was a 23-year-old virgin, and it was totally not my choice.
No,
and he turned out fine.
No,
did he though?
I'm telling her that. She doesn't know him. She doesn't know him.
But here's the difference. I'm really hot and really smart. So
Of course you are. You sound it.
But no one that I hooked up with knows it because I do really weird things that I learned from you guys.
Like tickle balls? What do you do? Tickle balls?
Definitely do that.
Do you put your finger up boys' butts?
Do a lot. I haven't done that yet.
Tell podcast hosts you don't know what shows they're on.
What?
No.
Sorry, I don't know what show this is.
Yeah, this is a show. Honestly, it's called My Wife Hates Me, and it's I host it with my husband Rich, who I hate, and we do give out relationship advice. That's what
I was going to say. And Bonnie McFarlane was on the podcast.
Yes, I did do.
Amazing. I'm going to have to go back. I managed this one. I'm going to have to go back.
No one's listened to your episode. I'm sorry. We really promoted it. A lot of people.
And also, I myself am a comic, and I was never invited on their podcast because they're intimidated by men.
Nope, that's not exactly the real story.
It's not. I was at the stand, and you guys were there, and I was like, I'm going to ask Bonnie and Rich to do our podcast. I'm so nervous to ask them. And then I talked to Bonnie first, and I was like, oh, you want to do Bonnie? And she's like, yeah, okay. And then you came up, and I was like, oh, he can come on too? She's like, nah, it's fine. I was like, okay, just you. We'll take it.
I don't know if that's true. I think I'm being thrown under the bus.
You were being coy and funny, but I was like, yeah, it's just you. It's fine.
I just want this whole episode to feel like when you're at a club and someone goes up to the comic standing next to you and goes, "You're great."
Yeah. It is literally the worst feeling.
Oh, it is.
I hate hearing other people.
And then they look at you, they're like, "I know you were on the show as well."
And they look at you and just walk by real quick. Hey, thank you for the call, Camila, whatever your name is. And
thank you for calling.
Thank you for calling, and keep listening to our podcast and tell your friends to keep listening.
And what's your podcast? Is also My Wife?
We have My Wife Hates Me, the radio show which you're listening to now,
right?
And My Wife Hates Me, the podcast, which is completely different.
Yep.
And then we do My Wife Hates Me Live, which is another.
Wow, she really hates you.
Holy shit.
I promise I'm gonna listen. I promise.
Okay,
thank you.
Thanks. For as long as you can.
I actually don't worry. I love podcasts. I'm actually gonna work with Ask Me Another in a few months.
You seem so sweet. And listen, keep that thing sewed up until you get married.
Do whatever you want.
Not.
What's
Definitely
that?
Definitely not.
Don't make sure it's
good for
right.
you.
If you're a virgin at 23, what the fuck? Wait till you're 25. There's no rush. All right.
I am not gonna get married at 25. I have things to do.
All right. Have you ever had anal?
Sorry?
Nothing.
Okay, I'll let you go, Camilla, because it's getting
Thanks for calling.
It's getting weird.
How about Frank?
Thanks.
We got to go to Frank from the Bronx.
Okay. Sorry.
Or a 23-year-old who actually sounds 23. That would be nice, too.
She sounded younger, you think?
She sounded 14.
Both her and the other girl have sounded 23.
But that's so cool because you're getting fans that are now getting into podcasts.
Yeah.
That probably
and
had
comedy.
no idea what podcasts were. Now they're
getting into comedy. They're getting into girls.
And they're comparing you to this in anything.
They're getting into anal.
But people used to trash.
You're really doing the world a favor.
People used to trash Dane Cook because he had a young audience. But you know how many people he brought to comedy that would never have gone to comedy?
Yeah.
That,
Well, we love hearing it after our shows. We always, a lot of people come up to us and say, I've never been to a stand-up show. I'm like, good, live comedy. Keep going to it.
That show that I did with you guys was so great.
Oh, yeah.
It was so fun.
Was I invited on that one?
It was all women.
It was all women.
I swear I was tortured in the back, like waiting to go on. I was like, how am I going to follow this? Everyone was so good.
I heard, is that the one you were telling me about?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Liar.
It's not true.
Frank, what's going on?
Great show as usual. I can't believe she doesn't know who you guys are. And you could send the 23-year-old up to the Bronx since she's a virgin. But anyway.
That's kind of gross. This is our fan base now.
Yep.
Hey, guys, I discovered my walk out the room moment.
So anyway, I say fuck Pat, and I also hear the rumor that Bonnie's booked on Howard Stern next month. Is that true?
No, it's not true.
Oh, juicy rumor.
Look, I've been trying to keep this under my hat for so long, and Frank, you're ruining it.
Are you doing Howard?
No.
I was told by somebody who works there that you were being set up to promote your book there, so I apologize.
Well, Bonnie has done Howard. She did a year before she did Opie and Anthony. Bonnie did Howard, and I was doing Opie and Anthony. And it's weird how she came over here to this. I
walked through the doors that are open to me. Thank God. Thank God Opie saw something in me.
Pat, are you a fan of? I'm giving away 10 free pairs of tickets to see Lenny Dykstra next Wednesday at Gramercy, 7:00. If you and a guest want to go, leave your name with Lewis. It's a Q&A with Lenny Dykstra, and I'm sure there'll be other special guests there, and I'm hosting it.
Are you offering that to me?
Yeah.
No.
Are you showing me affection? Me, Frank, from the Bronx?
I would love that. And I would I'll buy you a couple of glasses of sparkling water, my friend.
No, don't worry. Just leave your name with Lewis, and then we'll leave it at the door, and
I
you'll
don't
pick
know
up
how
your
to
tickets.
do it, Lewis. What do I do?
What?
All right, I'll see you there, Rich.
All right, give Lewis your information, then we're going to give the list, and you'll pick up your tickets at will call.
Okay, there. Did I do it right?
All right, thanks. That's Pat from the Bronx. He's one of our...
Frank from the Bronx.
I said Frank. Oh, Frank from the Bronx.
Oh, wait.
Frank.
Still thinking about Pat Dixon?
Yeah, we're talking about Pat.
I'm so mad I missed this. I love a good Pat Dixon fight.
It's over.
we do.
It's just...
Where do I go?
Well, I mean, no one likes him. It's fine.
Really? You don't like him either?
No, and he doesn't like me. It's fine.
Good.
We don't like each other.
Tell us why you don't like him.
I mean, I've done enough telling people why I don't like them on Sirius XM. I'm
In this exact room.
I'm
it
retired
feels-
from that, but no, I mean it's fine because the feeling is mutual. But it's just I don't know. We
not
have
a big deal.
different views on
Women.
being people and how
Being human.
how to treat partners that we're in relationships with.
Oh, okay.
You dated him?
No. But a friend of mine did.
Hey, you guys, I did radio with you guys on Opie in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
You guys look so much better at night. I'm telling you guys.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
But I know him, so I do feel like he's giving you a compliment, even though it doesn't feel
You know what?
like
It felt like a compliment. It did. It really
I
did.
mean, there's a nice glow that you guys
Sometimes he'll
have.
say to me, "You look good," and then I'll move a little, and he go, "Oh no, never mind." I guess it was just the lighting.
No, but there's a nice glow. They have nice energy.
No, they're great.
Well, I
They're
mean,
the best.
comics we're night people.
Yeah.
Day is not really my.
Yeah, I
it's
like
not
the
where
day.
I shine.
I'll sleep till 1.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your podcast. Have you ever had Mike on your podcast?
No, but we want to.
Oh, yeah.
See if he says
Talk to you
yes.
about it. We try to
Yeah,
schedule some
dude, yeah.
stuff.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
Where do you guys do your podcast? In a studio or in a...
Right now in my apartment.
Yeah, that's what...
Was that where I was?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
you can.
a very nice
Steven's
apartment.
awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
With Hot Lindsay.
Yes, Hot Lindsay.
Hot Lindsay was great.
Shout out, yes.
Loved her.
You know who she is, right?
No.
Someone very important, I'm sure.
It's
shit,
Opie's
really?
wife. Yeah. Opie.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Oh man.
Wow. Hot Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Really.
So I forgot because we went and had
loving
drinks right before.
People's personalities.
We
Yeah.
were a little.
Hold on.
Oh,
Dave.
you were a little toasty. It was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Hot Lindsay is funny because she's always like, I'm always trying to find parking, and then she's, she's rich. She's like, yeah, she'll
You
just
drive. Ew. It's gross.
Please tell me that someone else gave her that name. That's all I
We
her
gave
the
her
name.
a
Okay.
They gave her
Yeah,
Hot
I mean,
Lindsay.
She was hot.
Hi, I'm Hot Lindsay.
Lindsay herself would be horrified.
Yeah.
But also a little flattered.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she's really cool. She's nice.
Well, because we were doing the podcast, and she was just like silently sitting in the room because she was there, but she wasn't.
She just,
there.
Yes.
And-
We're
and
like,
also-
you're hot. We're going to call you Hot Lindsay.
And then
Hi, I'm disheveled Mike. Andy Kindler doesn't like when you make fun of me.
she wasn't in the corner or anything. She was just sort of sitting like an audience, like a lonely audience member, just pulled her chair right up.
Yeah.
Watching that
That's
thing.
fun.
Mike, would you do the show?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And what would you talk about with Mike? Like, what do you?
Well, you know what I like about Mike is because on Facebook, I don't know what logic goes into who I actually see on the feed and who I don't.
Thank you.
It's
I
fucking
don't-
creepy,
Yeah, it makes no sense.
and I don't like it. But you're one of the people, and it's mostly comics. But he always has really smart shit to say about.
thanks.
And you're one of the few guys that like call other dudes out on being dicks to women. I just really appreciate that. You're like an ally to women and stuff.
Well, it's funny. Like my mom was a comic, and all this shit that women go through now is the same shit. She did a naked roast battle years ago.
She did. I thought that was going to be
She
the cutest
lost,
thing.
and that's why I'm here. No,
Your mom was a comic?
Yeah, I think she worked with you in the
Oh,
early
wait, I think you
'90s.
told me that.
Yes.
In Florida?
Yeah.
What did she say about Rich?
That I was a creep?
Scared of
Did
him.
Rich try to hit on her?
No.
No, I don't think so. No, she's here okay. Yeah.
Is Rich your dad?
When was
Rich your dad?
That'd be awesome.
My dad's ignored
Paternity
me.
test.
New name for the podcast.
I almost said we'd be brother and sister. I didn't know my own. I don't know our relationship. I don't know what Rich and I are.
Quit talking to my kid that way. Where was she? Fort Lauderdale area, or
Yeah, exactly. Fort Lauderdale, and then she traveled around Florida.
And she stopped doing.
Yeah.
Why'd she stop?
Reality. I mean, it was just like, my grandma was getting sick and she just realized that like she couldn't do it anymore. But it is definitely like, it changed my perspective on it. Like when I started comedy, I saw it as a business immediately. I didn't have that honeymoon phase that so many comics. Well, we were talking earlier about like all these like festivals that do submission fees and stuff, and that's what's ruining comedy to me, is that so many people start as fans and they have no problem being taken advantage of.
Yeah, because they feel like lucky to be in that position to pay to perform.
And I was 7 years old watching my mom struggle in a steak restaurant, so I always knew what comedy actually is.
Was she married? Do you?
Well, yeah, my dad didn't want my mom to do comedy. They divorced.
Really? Well, that's what it shocked.
Was your dad John Goodman?
Yeah, I mean, he was 300 pounds. I mean, he's still alive. But like,
punchline.
Yeah. It's crazy because my mom told my dad she wanted to be a comic, and he said, "That's the only funny thing you've ever said." And then I remember when
she married a Rich Voss type.
Yeah. I remember the first time I performed in front of my dad. I was so nervous, and he's like, "I didn't believe in your mom because I never thought she had it, but you can go places." And he gave me the blessing to move to New York after that.
So that's like kind of bittersweet though, because
it's like, weird, yeah.
You're excited that he's giving you a pat on the back, but he's slamming
also
your
like
mom at the same time.
Hey, but listen, once you get that compliment, who cares about the other people?
He just tunes out when
you're a child of divorce, you learn to hate both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has your mom ever like tried to get you to help her out, get back into comedy?
Yeah, I hosted. It's on YouTube. I know you did the Nick Mom Night Out stuff.
Yes.
So she did an audition for that, and I hosted it, and I brought my mom on stage a couple years ago. It was pretty emotional.
What was her
cool.
first name?
Alice. It was Alice Lawrence and Alice Colin.
So Alice didn't get Nick Mom?
No,
those fuckers.
Yeah.
How dare they? Well, guess what? I'm going to call your mom. That network doesn't exist anymore.
She wanted to manage me for the past few years, and I finally convinced her not to, which is the best. Although that's still my exit strategy.
Did you hurt her feelings?
No, I didn't.
Good.
No,
Good
it was
move.
great.
You didn't
he could do that. Like, he could deliver that news to his mom without hurting his feelings. Sensitive guy. That's kind of really why I want to interview you.
Did you sign with your dad?
No. He knows talent. He knew Alice Lawrence didn't have the goods in 1986.
I would love to know. Did she give you some strategy? Like, here's what I would do for you.
Oh my God, yeah. It's so the way that I was able to convince her was she goes, "Look, I may not have the contacts and phone numbers that other agents and managers have," and I just went, "Mom, that's all they do.
That's their job.
That's it." And she's like, "Oh, okay." and then we were good.
Their whole thing is having numbers.
Yeah,
that's it.
They don't even have better social skills than me most of the time.
Yes, right.
And
do you know Fallon's doing naked comedy now?
What?
No.
God damn it, I believe everything.
Anyhow, we're going to take a break.
Annoying.
Let's get some plugs and we'll come back. Also, too, coming in a few, we have Moon Zappa coming in.
To talk about our new movie, which I couldn't get the link to work. God damn it. I know nothing about it. Don't tell her when she comes in. I'll be like, everything. It's great. And nobody say anything.
Okay. So,
Gotcha.
Plug your, whatever you guys want to plug.
So on Saturday, this coming Saturday at 7:30 p.m. at Zinc Bar in the West Village is Glamour Puss, a monthly show I host.
Oh, yeah, you guys are going to put me on that show.
Yes.
That's one of the best shows in the city.
Thank you. Yeah, Mike's been on. It's really great. It's packed, and we're going to have like strippers. It's our 1 year anniversary.
Wow.
It's a variety show.
Which one is that?
When is it?
Zinc Bar. It's Saturday, June 25th at 7:30 p.m.
Cool. But you only do it once a month.
Once a month, yeah.
Okay.
And your podcast, how do you find your podcast?
iTunes or SoundCloud.com/Guys We Fucked.
Guys We Fucked. Mike, you got anything coming up?
Yeah, I have a Snapchat series for Comedy Central that starts next Tuesday called You're Wrong, which No, June 29th. Yeah, so, yeah.
That was going to be the other name for this podcast.
Yeah, next Wednesday.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm really excited about it.
And how do they find you on Twitter?
At the Mike Lawrence on Twitter and MikeLawrenceComedy.com. And I'm at Ridge Hill tomorrow and Thursday in Yonkers. So check it out.
So this Thursday, one night only.
Corinne doesn't get to play.
Yes,
it's okay.
Oh,
It's no
sorry.
problem.
Go ahead. You go now. I thought they were doing it. Go ahead.
No, I have a monthly show too. My monthly show is called Nacho Bitches. It's at New York Comedy Club. The 2-year anniversary is Friday, July 8th at 11:15 p.m.
I'm so sorry about that.
It's okay.
When is it?
It's Friday, July 8th.
Okay. I thought it was sorry. Look, I can't be perfect. We got this.
We know.
No,
This
You're doing
Thursday.
great. You're doing great.
Thursday, one night only.
Thirsty.
Yeah.
Good Nights Comedy Club. Thursday, one night only. Good Nights Comedy Club, North Carolina, Raleigh, this Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday, Dead Crow Comedy Club in Wilmington, North Carolina. I'll be recording my 5th CD, the 5th one, and my last one.
And the last CD to ever be recorded at all.
Yeah.
Why, people don't record CDs anymore?
I mean, it's straight to Spotify.
Yeah.
MP3s.
No,
Direct
any
download.
CD, and then you send it, and they put it on iTunes or whatever.
It was a joke.
It was good.
Yeah, thanks.
I'll be recording my 5th album this weekend, and also too next Wednesday at Gramercy. Call in, get a free pair of tickets to see Lenny Dykstra Q&A about his new book coming out.
Oh yeah,
And,
I forgot.
That's at Gramercy, 7 o'clock next Wednesday. Call in, we'll give you a pair of tickets. We'll be right back. Huh?
It's like autism for
How
jokes.
did you know that?
I know.
Because you did it on your phone.
Has people said that about you before?
I've said that about me before, yeah.
How did you know that was Badfinger?
Are you going to come through on your side of the deal?
Oh my
Rick?
God, he doesn't know about.
What's that?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you
Shazammed it?
Yes.
Oh, that's what you did?
No, I wrote, you know what I did? I typed in Google day after day lyrics. I was like, Badfinger. I'm like, that was easy.
Oh, someone's getting their
I
fucking...
enjoyed that brief moment where you believed me.
Oh, I was saying you're too young to know that. All right. Anyhow, we're back. Folks, we have Mike Lawrence.
Christina wasn't using her mic.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But you
You
do
missed
this
the
for
whole
a living.
story. Shit.
Christine gets a free...
Christina.
It's Christina.
God,
That's
my
what I said.
grandpa calls me Christine.
With two Y's.
Yeah.
Christina.
K-R-Y.
Boy, Y's really, they
fuck people's minds up. And they
Really-
make them angry at me.
yeah, I am.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean...
Remember back in the day, people had a Y sometimes at the end of their name. That was it. That's how it worked. And then suddenly,
Just everywhere.
The
Like
Y
Brandy with an
exploded.
I. Oof.
How come Mike doesn't want to sit next to you two anymore?
Because Moon's coming and she's going to sit there. And Mike said,
I'm
you
so
know
excited. Yeah.
But I don't... You're excited? Can you ask? I don't know
No,
anything about
well-
anybody.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I mean, the last name gives a little bit away.
Yeah,
we know
that's a
that
clue.
part.
That's a clue. Well, there's a fact sheet.
You take care of this one. I held
She
this
was
other
born
stuff
in New
together.
York City, the eldest child of
Yeah, like the guy who said
and
this
Frank
was before
Zappa.
your time doesn't know who a Zappa is.
I know. She has three younger siblings. Her career, apart from the novelty of her and her siblings' names, she first came to public attention in 1982 at the age of 14 as a vocalist on her father's. She was the Valley Girl. For God's sakes.
Yeah.
She's a fucking icon.
There used to be
Yeah.
Moon Unit,
Stand up,
right?
doesn't
It was
she-
Moon
Can you
Unit.
play Valley
Yeah.
Girl?
Mm-hmm, you're right.
Lewis, can you play that song? The song featured Moon Zappa delivering a monologue in Valley Speak, a collection of slang terms popular with teenage girls in the San Fernando Valley. See, this was back when, like, teenagers were super annoying. And then,
They still are.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
no, now it's the 20-year-olds.
Yeah, I was going to say,
now it's
the 22 to 24
Yeah.
as, case in point. So
Yes.
we love you. Please keep listening.
I think
21. That's our impression of all the 21 year
We
olds.
do it to them, though.
with two dicks.
Yeah.
Do you guys...
I'm 21.
Exactly.
Do you guys always, on your podcast, always have guests, or do you ever do podcasts just without guests?
We've done like one or two without a guest, but basically always a guest.
Yeah, we usually have them.
And mainly comics?
Oh,
or,
here is the song.
Oh.
be an update of Valley Girl called Twitter Troll. An angry guy. I don't think women should be Ghostbusters. Twitter Troll. He's got no
Masturbating
soul.
with your tears.
He's a Twitter Troll.
Put your retards in a cage.
Red
Pat
charts.
Dixon's song.
As an adult, she worked as a stand-up comic, magazine writer, and actress, appearing in the films National Lampoon's European Vacation, which someone tweeted today that they fell in love with her on that movie. The Spirit of 76, the television sitcom Normal Life, Super Mario Brothers Super Show. She appeared as a something-clad Muslim woman in one episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, yeah.
Most recently, she was the voice of Mrs. Lambar on Fox's broadcasting animation Domination High. Okay, High School, USA, something, I don't know.
She's got a big
It's
career.
Fox's animation
cool.
Domination is the programming block, and High School USA is the individual program.
Okay, she's here. She's
Written and created by
going to get
Conan
her.
writer Dino Stamatopoulos.
I like that
Oh,
we're-
I love Dino.
I like that we're nervous to meet someone that we don't really know anything about.
I know enough about her that she's so mysterious and magical to me.
Well, I wouldn't say her name for a long time because it was just too weird to call someone Moon. Hey, Moon!
I thought
Mooney.
I thought we were getting Leon Redbone's daughter.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
You don't know Leon Redbone?
Thanks for that.
Mike does. Mike, you know
Yeah,
Leon Redbone.
yeah, no, they don't remember.
She's actually Moon Unit. You can call her Moon Unit. That's her full name.
The full name.
And her brother's
Really?
name is Dweezil.
Dweezil.
And Ahmed.
That's it.
Oh, wow, I really
Oh,
thought that was a
yeah.
Rich Voss joke, but it's true. Was brother named Dweezil or some shit? Wow. God.
She also wrote books, a novel, America the Beautiful.
Can we find out before she comes in here why Corinne hates me?
And
Because
she-
I fucked up her.
Can we also
Why do I
just...
hate you? I don't hate you at all.
Because I complimented you guys, and I don't think you're.
No,
you
she
think
did.
I'm a sexist.
I
I'm not
actually
sexist.
liked you before I even knew you was a comic. That's how much I like you.
Oh, thanks.
For real.
Everyone thinks Corinne doesn't like him, but a lot of times it's not true.
But she told me in the bathroom.
And they tell
She told me
me.
she doesn't like you.
If I'm like extra nice to you, then I probably don't like you because I'm
Okay.
trying to compensate for how much I hate you.
Yeah. You don't want to be too obvious.
Yeah, but if I'm just
Corinne.
seem disinterested, I like you.
If this Thursday you're in Raleigh, North Carolina, I'm doing one show only at Good Nights
You
this
got any
Thursday.
cops?
Yeah, this Thursday,
Raleigh.
one night only, and then Dead Crow Comedy Friday and Saturday. Mike has
I don't never look up my plugs before.
I was going to say, did you plug stuff?
I don't
she
know.
never does.
I have a book called You're Better Than Me. You can get it on Amazon
Oh,
or
your
Audible.
And you can see
Documentary's amazing.
Documentary.
You can see-
Somebody came up to me in the hall and said, "I'm an intern here, and I watched your documentary this morning."
Is it yours?
That was she said. Those were her words. I don't think it's mine. I think of it as ours. Something
you could
we
also-
built together.
You can
for
also
our
see
future.
Bonnie and myself and Mike frequently at
Frequently,
the Stand,
you're doing it good.
at the Stand Comedy Club, one of our favorite clubs, or we do our live shows at the Village Underground. Our live one that we did will air July 5th on Opie Radio this time of night. July 5th.
Will you just do me a favor before she gets here and just wipe that?
The live show, would you? We did a live show. Would you fuck them? And we had
Oh, that's fun.
we had 6 comics do 5 minutes apiece, and we had
And then 4 female judges. You guys would be great for that.
Yes, and they would say,
Thank you for creating such a wonderful opportunity.
Well, you know what
That's
happened
awesome.
that we didn't realize was that there was really they couldn't do misogynistic humor because they have 4 women
Right.
judging.
Exactly.
Fuck them.
Wow, that's
Dan
amazing.
Soder did a joke that was so funny. He was doing jokes to win. He wanted to win. So he said one of the jokes was like, "I'll go down on you while you tell me about a girl I've never met."
Vecchione. It was
Vecchione. That some people call him that. You guys don't.
Mike Vecchione.
You guys call him by his real name.
I like that you turned his last name into a pasta dish.
Mike Vecchione.
I do that with Chris D'Stefano. I always give him more syllables than he needs.
Big J
We
was
all
on
do.
it. Who else was on it? Big J,
We
Monroe
give him whatever he
Martin.
wants.
Who was on the show? Name the comics.
Mike Vecchione, Ari Shafir, or as you say it, Ari Schaefer.
You made it even Jewier?
I know, I was like, they both still sound
and
super
the women
Jewy.
at the end of every set say, like, if they would fuck him or not.
Carmen Lynch, Marina Franklin, Emily Tarver, and Annie Letterman.
Oh, awesome.
I wanted them to have laser pointers, but they wouldn't. None of the gals would do it.
Great.
I'm surprised that none of them had actually already fucked. That's a lot of comics.
Well, they did because Pete Lee was on it.
And his girlfriend.
Emily Tarver,
right.
yeah.
Pete was funny.
We're Eskimo sisters, me and Emily.
Oh, you are Eskimo sisters with Emily.
Yeah.
Well, they had like flip things, paddles where they would say, yes, I would fuck him, or no, I wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
Pete is one of the best roasters we've ever had.
He's a great
funny,
joke
man.
writer.
Yeah, because it's so much repressed anger, and then he just lets it out.
But also, I'm sure, I haven't seen him do the roast, but I'm sure that he would do it in the way that I love, which is where it seems like a compliment at the beginning, and then it's the worst thing you've ever heard.
Oh, yeah.
Really get you.
That was like our vows.
Yes.
He had one about Christian Finnegan, which was, you look like the kind of guy who puts a Bernie Sanders magnet on the fridge so that your maid doesn't steal from you.
That's funny.
They were all
great.
clean, too. It was all
right.
like,
He's
super
not like,
clean
yeah.
It was awesome.
No, he's great. He's going to get a TV show, that guy.
So July 5th, that's airing on this time of night, 7 to 9. The live, Would You Fuck
Well, we
show.
called it Would You Bang 'Em?
Yes.
Because I was worried about the fuck, but you guys aren't worried about that.
No, I mean, iTunes start out the rest of the word, and then so whenever we're on a festival, it's like, guys, we F ... I'm like, come on, just say fucked.
Yeah,
Right.
everyone knows. Everyone knows what's up.
We're going to sell this as a TV show because I could see this.
They're talking about their thing, but we're going to go back to our stuff.
Oh,
right
that's
now.
fine. That's fine.
It was going to be Guys We
It's
Made
your
Love
show.
To, but that's 3 episodes, right?
Yeah. One.
Yeah.
When you do live events, like you'll go out and do stand-up, you two, will you go together and do live events?
Guys, get ready.
Do you do live events?
That's not her.
We do. We have a tour show July 18th, Monday at Subculture.
Where is it?
Guys, we fucked live at Subculture.
Come in.
Yeah, we do both.
Come on in.
Hello.
Congratulations on your book.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, someone did research.
Have a seat. Sit down.
Come on in, sit down.
We got to move around. Lewis, help us out. I could, Moon, you sit there.
I can share a mic with Corinne.
Why don't you guys share? Can you share a
Yeah,
mic?
sure, yeah.
I hate to do this too, but
It's okay.
we have another
You
one.
do?
He's gonna fix us
Yeah,
up.
we're very professional here. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us.
I'm Rich Voss. I'm one of the hosts. You know Bonnie from L.A. Okay.
Oh, you guys have never met. Okay.
Huh? I've never
I didn't
met.
know you guys were
Moon,
friends.
I don't think
or-
Moon remembers me.
I do remember
Oh, you do
you.
remember
Yeah,
me. Okay,
yeah,
because
yeah.
she's the host of the show at the Improv that I would do a lot. She's so cool and funny and
You're
great.
funny.
That is
Yeah.
true. And these two
I agree.
girls are, they do a podcast called Guys We Fuck. Fucked.
Guys,
Sorry.
we fucked the anti-slut shaming podcast. Yes.
It's one of the hottest podcasts out there.
Thank you, Rick.
Thanks, Rich.
I'm telling you, Mark Maron and Rogan might quit now because of that. That's just what I heard off the record.
Nice work, girls.
Thank
and
you.
that's Mike
Thanks.
Lawrence over there.
Hey, how's it going?
Mike Lawrence, who is one of the funniest comics in New York, writes for Amy Schumer, and he
And a bunch of other stuff.
And
We
he
don't have
just
to get
did-
into
Yeah.
it.
he just did a roast battle where they naked. They had a naked roast battle, and Mike, I know.
She's like shell-shocked.
No, I'm taking it in.
I feel like she thinks we're on a break. This
know.
is the show.
It's better that Mike's in the corner as we're like,
Yeah,
he's
but wait
in
a
a naked
second.
roast battle.
Was the nakedness, did that help you or did that hurt you?
Oh, it made it better. This is like
For the
complete
audience or for
shamelessness.
yourself?
Well, Mike was one of the judges.
Just him.
You're a naked judge?
So it's two comics make fun of each other like roast style, and then judges decide who was better.
But they're naked?
Everybody.
Yeah, for this particular show, yeah, it's usually a clothed show, but it was naked.
Did they go after each other's genitalia? Did they judge the
There's a lot of dick
I
judging.
wasn't there. I wouldn't do it.
I was in
main-
the audience.
The
I'm a
main event
traditional
was
comic.
a former
Were you asked?
prostitute who had breast reduction surgery versus a former porn star who had breast implants.
Like, get a shot of me smiling. Those weren't good photos. Okay, I'm listening. I'm still listening.
Yeah.
And which did you prefer? Who?
The prostitute. was better. Yeah.
And
Caitlin.
Now the porn.
Caitlin Bailey.
I mean,
She's a sex. She calls herself a sex worker and not a prostitute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know we had breakfast one time, Bonnie and I, with Ron Jeremy, and Dennis Hoff, the owner of the Moonlight Bunny Ranch, and they were arguing.
I set it up.
They're arguing. Which
I met him on Facebook.
We were in L.A.
He's trying to hire me.
We were doing some show at whatever, and they were arguing what is worse.
They were saying like the Huff guy was saying that like
Dennis Hoff.
Yeah, he was saying that porn is bad and wrong, and then Ron Jeremy was saying like prostitution is evil.
And they're both
really?
Wow.
Prostitution is evil?
Yeah, they
would
were
not think Ron Jeremy would say that. Damn.
Well, I think they were partly doing it
because it takes away the need for porn, probably.
Now you've never done porn.
I have tried to break into it, but like,
really?
As soon as I heard about a casting couch, I was like, how do I get on that thing?
I know, right?
And then I realized that with an A cup and a treasure trail. And
treasure trail.
Yes.
What is that?
Hair that leads from your belly button to the magic.
Oh,
yeah.
I feel like that was not.
You have a treasure trail?
I do. I do.
Her name is Moon. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's probably cute on you.
It isn't.
There's like lots of.
But then wait, you think it's not cute, but you keep it?
No, I don't keep it. I'm just saying that to get on that casting couch. No, I just think it's a funny visual to imagine I'm just disgustingly hairy.
You took off your shirt and they're like, what the fuck is that?
Yes, I was like, it's a time machine.
The casting porn where like the director will like have sex with a woman in the hopes that he'll give her a job and then has no job to give her.
Yeah.
I've been in show business too long to be aroused by that. It just makes me really sad.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I feel when I watch any HBO show. I just feel like I'm in that casting room. I can't even enjoy the program because I'm just like, ugh, what she had to do to get that part disgusting, and how many others that she had to be in the room with to beat out for just having
Could you now do it with your shirt off?
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Some of those scenes are full on porn.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, you might as well be doing those late night
Game of Thrones audition for them. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of ladies they have to go and see.
Yeah, but no one else auditioned for Peter Dinklage's role. He was like, oh, he's available. We're good.
And how many 7-foot female knights do you have that are going to fight the way that female does?
And
she's
listen,
awesome.
and listen, I'm just jealous. I wish I didn't have to audition for those roles. I would like to just be handed one, but they don't want me.
Game of Thrones or porn?
All of it.
Anything.
No, you have to understand, I grew up watching movies with Jennifer Jason Leigh, and I remember reading an interview with her where she was talking about she just wishes all movies were X-rated. She was just into going for it.
She just wanted to be naked all the time.
All the time.
Well, she was in all her movies, right?
What was the one? Yeah, where she's raped by like exactly.
Something Brooklyn. Out of Brooklyn, I think it was.
Exactly.
It was so uncomfortable.
So uncomfortable.
Yes, I mean, I came 3 times, but it was quite uncomfortable.
I know. It was like, what was the George Clooney movie with the tidal wave? She was just a tidal wave of men entering her, and the look on her face was, bring it!
Wait,
whoa. So a gangbang?
Wait, was she also in Dolores Claiborne?
Yes.
Was she the daughter that was getting raped?
When I first moved to LA.
She's been raped in like a lot of movies.
Well, not raped. She was just fondled. No, she was basically.
And in real life, she's just a cuddler. No, I don't know.
She seems very
the ironic thing about Jennifer,
like unassuming in real life. Very sure.
So good in The Hateful Eight, though.
About the Dolores Claiborne, though, my friend and I, we used to go to Hollywood parties and tell people we wrote that movie. I don't know why. People would believe us for some reason because nobody knew who wrote it, but it was like a.
But
big
they wanted
movie.
to seem like they knew everything,
Yeah,
and they're like,
so we were always. I don't know why we chose that movie, but we were always passing it off as we wrote Dolores Claiborne.
So I have to pee. So.
Had some fun with it.
Tell us about your movie. You have a.
This is actually a press tour for a movie made by the gentleman behind me, the tall, handsome German man, Torsten Schutte. Is he still in this room?
Yes.
There he is. Yes, he's just oozing sexuality. Am I right, ladies?
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm not gay, but I can tell you. Yeah.
I feel it.
But you can tell he's uncut,
got a good
which
stare,
is horrible. You get such a stud, and then you got to fucking pull the skin down.
Richard,
pull it down.
Richard, let's hear about the movie first before we get into
circumcision.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Would you like to talk about the amazing film you've made about my father?
Well, it was an 8 years long journey, and it was a real pleasure doing it. And now we're here and promoting.
And it took 8 years to make? Wow.
Documentary. It was a documentary, right?
Well, this is how it is many times in documentary.
Yes,
it takes a lot of time to get the money together, to get the family convinced that they really want to support the things that you're doing. So, yes, it's a long journey.
How many hours of film did you have before you went into edit?
Hundreds.
Hundreds?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So, have any of you seen the film in this room?
You know what? No. I tried to get the link, and they said you had to do this thing to get a password, and I did the thing to get the password, and I never got the password, and I never. But I did.
I'm so sorry that happened. Oh Jesus!
I did try. I did try.
Here's the thing: the movie is so amazing because it's just footage of Frank talking, and so there's this storytelling style where the subject is telling his own story. I think will become fashionable whether you enjoy the subject of the film or not, because that style of filmmaking is really fascinating. But then it's my dad, and I got to see footage I'd never seen of him, and I got to find out he was way, way sluttier than I thought.
Oh, now how did you feel about that?
Oh, I hated it as a kid, knowing that I had a cheater dad. But it's so
now you're like, you fuck your dad.
I'm actually not like that. I'm like, do I have any siblings? And I want to meet all the
shit, I didn't even think of that.
His naked friends. I'd like to meet his naked friends and chat with them.
Oh, wow. You think you do have some siblings that you don't know about?
I does think it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God. I just found that
That's
he's my
fascinating.
son.
Yeah. His mother's a comedian, and Rich, they worked together.
In the 90s, I think. He said.
Yeah.
Do you have other siblings because of it?
I don't think so.
No.
My mom never put out new material.
This guy.
So when you did this, did you get to sit in editing or have any say in the final product?
I literally had nothing to do with this film other than I saw it and I was like, this is a miracle on earth for the millennials to see, because I'm a huge fan of what this man has done.
But you weren't interviewed at all or nothing?
There's no extra interviews. It's just the footage that he's assembled. And
we didn't switch on the camera for this film.
What's that?
The Amy Winehouse documentary was like that, and it was awesome.
Did you say we didn't switch on the camera for the film?
What I said, yeah.
Okay, I just want to catch that. I have a BFA in film, everyone. Thank you.
You're doing great.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's get some calls. So this is Alex from Maine, and he has a question for you, Moon.
Yeah, I have a question for Moon. I heard somewhere that her dad never drank or did drugs. Is that true?
He never did drugs. Well, I think in the film he says he tried a few things, maybe like 3 times or something. Yeah, come and see the film. But yes, he actually did. He did enjoy his wine. I was at a restaurant once and he sent 3 wines back, and I was mortified. I wanted to crawl under the table. And he said, for the third one, he said, "I believe this was made with a donkey saddle." And I thought that seemed excessive.
But he's very
funny guy.
That's funny.
Alex, does that blow your mind?
Yeah, well,
things you thought you knew.
I think it's crazy. Wouldn't the band members be all doing drugs and shit? Like,
come and see the film. No, they would get fired if they did drugs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that was just strictly for the audience.
My friend.
Out there, though.
I know, that's just from breathing.
Wow.
Thank you, Alex.
My friend Shane Snyder's dad is Dee Snyder, and we went to college together. And I remember I met him, and he was saying he's sober. He doesn't drink. He drinks coffee. But I'm like, no fucking way.
Dee
like, no, my
Snyder,
dad's sober, and I love him. He's so sweet.
Dee and John Denver and my father were the only 3 people that went to Washington D.C. to fight the PMRC, and they weren't even the ones that were getting attacked.
Wow,
fascinating. So big
good
fans.
Dude.
I always think about that when people talk about like comedy censorship and stuff. Like, especially John Denver was a guy who, it's like you can be a fan of all different types of music even though it doesn't affect you personally.
My father would bring home music from travels, and it would be like the Bulgarian Women's Music Choir.
Love them.
The 3 Mustafas, Lena Lovitch, Nina Hagen, and a little Amy Grant on the side.
Yeah, look at that.
I loved Amy Grant until I realized it was religious music. And I pulled
Every
back.
heartbeat was secular and a great song.
Shit.
What is the name of the movie?
It's called Eat That Question, Frank Zappa in his own words. And there's this beautiful line. What does he say? There's no sound that you can make with your mouth that is so ugly, that it will condemn you to the lake of fire when you hear it, right?
Where can you now? Is it being released in theaters or
I can think of
online?
Me too. Hump is pretty foul. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Is it being released in theaters or is it on iTunes or Netflix or on demand?
It opens on 24th next Friday in New York and Los Angeles, and then it goes all over the country and all over the world theatrically.
Holy shit.
And the title again is Eat That Sound?
Eat this question.
A woman's turn.
Eat this question?
Eat that question.
Eat that question.
Frank Zappa in his own words.
Which was, I just found out one of my dad's songs. Yeah.
Eat that question?
You got to watch a documentary about him.
I didn't know the music, so yeah, I liked Rat.
We played your music earlier. Do you know that?
What's that?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Can you make a documentary of my dad? I haven't seen him in 3 years. Still alive.
We have a question actually for Christina.
Oh.
Go ahead, Sarah.
So what would you recommend for 17-year-olds in order to make things as interesting and good as possible without overstepping my bounds for how mature I am?
Abstinence.
Oh, no. Are you talking about sexually?
Yeah.
No, I'm baking cupcakes.
Well, what do you do? I mean, now, because are things stale as a 17-year-old?
I wouldn't say stale. It's just that with the things I've tried, it's pretty boring, I suppose.
You know, if I could go back
are you
to the
sleeping
days...
with other 17-year-olds?
What's your favorite Frank Zappa song?
You're 17. Your life should be very boring. Especially your sex life.
My sex life wasn't good in my teens because I didn't know to ask for what I wanted. So, because I didn't even know what I wanted.
I didn't have a sex life in my teens.
All my friends
Makes sense.
18.
I don't even know if I had my period at 17. I was a late bloomer.
Yeah, but your problem starts with the way you started that sentence. All my friends. Who cares what your friends are doing? You do what's right for you at the time that it's right for you.
This is taking on a serious tone.
Independent woman.
No, really. Don't compare yourself. There's a lot of comparison, like in all types. Like women love comparing themselves to other women with the way they look and what we're doing and the boyfriends we have and the things that you compare yourself to you.
I had mono when I was 17.
I've never had mono.
I just wish I could go back to those days where you could remember you just made out for hours. Like when's
I love
last
making
time you and I
out.
made out? Like 8 years ago?
Yeah, we don't make
you
out.
don't
What about asking him? Could you ask him some questions or her? Or
yeah, your partner?
I mean, I typically end up being the one who's giving just because I like doing it, I suppose.
Oh, then you know what might be interesting? Receiving.
Yeah. Be like, you know what you should eat?
Out.
My pussy.
For the 17-year-old.
How often?
We've never had a 17-year-old call this show before, and there's a reason, because our listeners are disgusting.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine.
Have you listened to Bonnie's episode? Let's ask that.
Oh, have you listened to Bonnie's episode with Hot Lindsay?
I haven't, no. I came here from actually Corinne's Instagram because I listened to Guys We Fuck.
Oh, you never listened?
Cool.
You never listened to our radio show?
Well, Bonnie McFarlane did an episode of Guys We Fucked. What was it called?
I don't know.
Oh, How Long Is Your Vagina? That was what it was called.
Because I was like, if you just Google Bonnie McFarlane Guys We Fucked, it'll come up
How
immediately.
long is your vagina?
Yeah, because I think you were making a lot of jokes, and
But you're saying how he ate you out in a car.
Yeah.
Well,
one
that
of your
wasn't
first
a joke.
times.
That was true.
No, that was true. And then we got into like, can vaginas are they varying in length?
I think do we mean depth? I think
depth.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh.
I think that, yeah, because not long, like an extra piece or, yeah.
Thanks for calling, Sarah. Have fun with your 69ing.
Roland from Texas wants to talk to Moon.
I don't like calls like that.
Roland wants to talk to Moon from Texas.
Oh, let's do it.
Roland.
Hello?
Hey, what part of Texas?
Hey, Lubbock, Texas.
Oh, home of Buddy Holly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Miss Moon, ironically, Sunday I seen your brother on the Food Network, and his charity. He was very heartfelt over his charity. My question is, between y'all two, who cooks the best, and what is your charity if you have one?
I would say that I cook better, and maybe Dweezil is the better charity. No, to me, I'm the go-to friend in my world, and so I do believe charity begins at home, and I think you gotta sort it out at home first, and then extend where you feel inspired.
And it's not charity when you brag about it, then it's self-serving. Like I never tell people that I send my money to St. Jude once a month, because then that would make me,
right.
That would be like
I keep my Planned Parenthood donation on the low.
I'm not going to tell people that.
It's anonymous.
I give empathy to whomever I encounter.
And that's great, because more people should give empathy.
You're
Goes a long way.
giver.
That's right.
You know what? You should spend some time with Bonnie.
Why? I need emotional support a lot of times, so I say to him.
I give it to you.
He sometimes, if I'm crying, he'll just throw money at me. I say, no, it's not what I would need right now.
You're not at a strip club, Wrench. Jesus Christ.
He starts making it rain
on his crying wife.
All crumpled $5 bills.
She's in a fetal position in the shower. What? Come on, it's fine. Cheer up.
Oh, God.
That's hilarious.
The movie's coming to your town soon. I think by the end of summer. Eat That Question will be in Texas. P.S.
Bye. But he's still listening.
You know, the great thing is, I, without seeing the movie, it'll be up for an Oscar for documentaries.
You're right. I think it will be, too.
Because it's going to play in enough theaters, New York and L.A.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Rich knows about the...
Well, I've written for the Oscars a couple times, all right? I think I know about... Yeah, twice.
Cool.
I wrote this year, and I wrote last time Chris hosted. And our movie was Women Aren't Funny. Our documentary
I love that documentary.
Was being...
considered for
an Oscar.
Really?
No. Not at all.
Damn,
I was by who?
I was going to say, I know, I'm pretty sure he's joking, but I'll go along with it just in case. I don't want to be a dick.
No, because when I asked him about documentary, we only had like 70 hours of film, which took her, and Bonnie's brilliant director. And
that's true, guys.
Bonnie transcribed everything.
Oh, wow.
70 hours, and to get 70 hours down to 80 minutes. I can't even imagine getting hundreds of hours.
Yeah, how'd you do it?
Well, I mean, as I said, first we had a couple of years to do it. I'm pretty familiar with the subject, and you make your little boxes of the goodies that you want to have in there, and then eventually you end up with a goal that you want to show to the people.
But isn't it fascinating that when you did all the interviews yourself? Were you asking the questions?
No, there was no interviews. It's all clips.
Found footage.
Yeah, it's all footage.
Frank Zappa's actually telling his own story.
How do you decide
the whole thing from the very beginning?
To cut the cutting must be so much more difficult, because it's found footage, like it's never before seen, and he has all these fans and people who just love him, and like, wow, but this is such a good, I would have a problem not being married to all of the footage. I feel like
that's the difficulty, between being a fan and also being a filmmaker. So you have to kill your darlings many times.
Yeah, kill your babies in comedy. Yeah.
Well, I would always say when I was doing the other, as a filmmaker to filmmaker, I would always say, I'd always have to remind myself, they don't know what they're missing. You know what I mean? You just have to put the stuff in, and it's because it is so hard, right? I mean, probably you had a 4-hour cut at some point where you're like, there's nothing.
You're very good. That's actually how we started, and I was having great hopes in my producers, bringing them to the editing room and asking them, so what do you think? And the problem was that their reaction was, we liked it all.
Yes, right, right. Wow. Well, good for you. That's a very difficult undertaking. And how did you get all the footage?
I was going to say, where was the footage found?
Well, first of all, there's a fan base, and the fans are so accurate that they list every little thing that they found in a newspaper that WKPX has broadcasted in 1968 somewhere. So our task was, on one hand, to go after all of that and see, do the broadcasters still exist? Who has bought them? Or is it all belonging to Fremantle and Getty now? That's one thing. And the other thing is, that I, as a producer-director, travel the world a lot. So you have to physically go into archives and look it up and see what's there. And then you find sometimes you find things in wonderful condition, and sometimes you just find dust.
Well, it must be so exciting, though, when you do find something that you're like, oh my God, this is incredible, right?
Especially the stuff that the fans do not have on the list, and the things that you do not have on the radar. Plus, I mean, you have to imagine when I first met Gail, Moon's mom, and bringing these materials to her, and showing it to her for the very first time, and she also hadn't seen it. It was it had quite an emotional impact.
Emotional, yeah. And what did you? And you saw this footage for the first time too, Moon, right?
Yeah, I was at the house when he showed the finished film to her, and it was a very emotional time.
Damn.
And then she was like, "I wish I had more of this." And you're like, "Here's 350 hours.
You got 5 years."
Did you have somebody narrating it?
No.
He's telling his own story, guys. He said this like 5 times.
No, I know that, but there's still...
No, they edited it so that Frank
Corinne,
is
we're
literally
going to have to
just
ask it away.
telling.
We don't have people talk to us like that in our own show.
No, but let me repeat
Wait, so this is like a movie, but
it's a
real
doc.
life?
I'm sorry.
So this is going to be shown on Lifetime?
Now, is Frank in it?
He wasn't so bad. Who plays him?
Does Leon Redbone play it? No.
Can I play the question and can he eat me slowly?
No, it's actually all David Bowie footage.
Yes.
$5,000 for a lock of hair. $5,000 for a lock of David Bowie's hair. That's what you're saying for now.
Did you have to get permission? Or you
From
just...
David Bowie?
No. Or did you just start doing it?
Or?
No, I had to knock at Gail's door and tell her, look, this is something I have in mind, because I didn't want to get into any legal action, because Gail was pretty known for getting people into trouble with things that she didn't approve. So
she was not above the dark arts. Also, she didn't like it.
Oh my goodness!
So yes, it was very important at the very beginning to approach her, and it took some time until they opened the door. But the moment she had understood what we are planning to do, she approved it and supported us.
Because when you see the film, you'll be like, of course anyone would approve it. It's going to win an Oscar.
It's amazing. It's the title once again. I'm sorry.
Eat That Question.
Eat That Question.
David Bowie knows. Frank Zappa in his own words.
We usually just have comedians on this show, and then we make a lot of fart jokes.
Dicks and stuff.
So we're really stretching here. I think we're doing pretty well, despite what Corinne.
No one has ever made anything that matters.
Moon, are you still doing stand-up?
Yes, occasionally.
In LA?
When they'll have me, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have you ever walked in anywhere and they're like, we don't have time for you. Sorry.
Yes, there's never been a time where anyone has said no to you.
No, only family says no. Yeah, thank you. I spend most of my time writing in my home now. Just actually.
So how many? You've written novels.
I wrote one novel. I've written many contributions to anthologies, and I was a journalist for a little bit, and now I'm
New York Times. I read it in your wiki.
Little things here and there, and now I'm writing film and television stuff in my house, my tiny house.
But if you actually wanted to go out on the road and headline, you could. There's no Improv or Funny Bone or whatever club wouldn't headline you.
Listen, can you make some calls? That sounds great.
Do you want to go out on tour, like comedy tour?
Can I take my friends? Can you guys come with me?
Yes. I was like, I would go and see it. And
Can we?
yeah.
Moon and Friends.
We'll hop in a van.
But the German documentarian has to do 10 minutes.
But it would be great.
Have any of you been with a German man before?
No. Mm-mm. Why are they different than?
Now I know where this is getting at.
Wait, where's it getting at?
Just
just curious.
I want you just after he said the word darlings.
Yeah, there's something about
Kill
it.
your darlings.
As a Jew, it's hard for me. I do have a BMW, so I'm trying to break in slowly. Okay. I heard, and you're from Germany.
Yes. Born and raised.
But you can't say
I'm from
Australia.
New Jersey.
No,
I know you're doing that accent, but
what are you
really from?
People have accents that live in this country. Obviously, you don't have any Latin friends. I'm talking to you, Bonnie.
I know. I'm getting a 2-minute warning.
Then I want to.
I got excited that you had friends that spoke old actual Latin.
Yes.
Not Puerto Rican. I mean Latin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people have accents that live in this country until November. All right. Just a few more months.
Why? No politics. Hillary banning accents?
Yes. Thank you, Moon.
Bam. Oh shit! Kicking off that tour. Good.
Eat That Question is available.
No, it's
Friday.
coming out.
Yeah, into theaters. You can available to
It's
get a
also
ticket.
kind of availability. 24th of June in the Film Forum in New York and in the New Art in Los Angeles, and then after that, all over the place.
It's up to you for it to grow.
Nominated for an Oscar.
That's right, exactly.
Mark Ridge Foster's words.
That's right.
Nominated for an Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Under documentaries.
Keep in mind, folks, he's never seen it, but
I don't care. The way he put it together, I could. Wait, you don't think I have a fucking vision?
Oh,
I have a vision.
And how do you think it opens?
Narration.
What's that?
No narration, he said.
Yes.
And none. It's all told by Frank.
Yes.
I call him Frank.
Yes.
It's just Rich and his moments of silence throughout the day.
Okay, and listen, this Thursday, good nights, Raleigh. I have to sell tickets. I don't want them to comp anything. Come this Friday. this Thursday, Raleigh. Listen to their podcast.
Guys, we fucked.
Okay. Bonnie's book, You're Better Than Me, or Bonnie's movie, Women Aren't Funny. Moon Zappa's movie coming out. Well, no, his movie.
Let's make it our movie. By the way, was this show already on when Frank was still alive?
No.
What, us? This is our first broadcast. No, we've only been here.
Can't tell?
We've been here for like 2 years. And you're our
Are you
first.
missing archives? You want to get into some archives already?
I see what you're doing. Oh, just trying to get footage. Yeah, finding it.
Let me tell you something.
Frank stormed out of the show. I guarantee you.
Her documentary that I produced, Women Aren't Funny, tells it all about females in comedy. And I'm just saying, if you're bored...
What about a double header, guys?
Yeah.
Think about it. Think about it.
Double showing.
Let's do it. I don't think ours is good enough to be on a big screen.
Yes, it is.
I don't know if it's the opener.
No, ours has been out for 2 years already.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to walk out of this show with lots of questions to Moon, what she got me into.
Ask us.
No,
okay,
our listeners are very loyal.
anything.
They will go see this movie.
Yes,
they definitely
not
will.
Thursday, because they'll be coming to see me in Raleigh at good nights.
But otherwise, yeah. June 24th.
Yes. Go see the movie. Thank everybody for coming in, you guys.
Thank you so much for having us.
And
thank you for coming, you guys. We appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Fun.
It was quite an experience.
So cool.